Welcome to the Code Maven videos again. This time we are going to talk about Git and getting started with Git with a local repository. We're not talking about remote repositories or anything, even very simple things. You can find some slides at this URL. Actually, there are a couple of sets of slides about Git. You can pick whichever you would like. So in order to get started, we go to the terminal. I'm using here Linux. It can be similar on a Windows machine. But right now I'm going to show it on this Linux machine. So we need a directory for this. I just create a directory called project, let's say, which is empty, and cd into it. And here we need to initialize. So this is an empty directory, and where I would like to start writing a project. So we start, first thing, we create a directory. We initialize the Git this directory to be a Git directory. We just say Git init. What it does, it actually creates, it even tells us that it creates a .git directory inside our directory. And well, if I try pwd, then you will see that we are actually in the home Gabor project directory, because home Gabor is my home directory. And if I type ls-l, then you will see that there is nothing. And of course, if I type this add -a, then you will see the hidden directories as well, which includes and consist of the .git directory. Now, if you look into this .git directory, you will see all kind of things which are not really of our concern usually. This is like the database of Git. So you shouldn't touch it directly. The comments of Git will help you. So now the first basic thing that we would like to do is create a file and then add it to the Git repository. I'm going to use Vim for this. You can use any editor, and I create a file called readme because why not? And then I just type in hello world. So now we have a file here. If I type ls-l, we can see there is this file. If I type in git status, it will show what Git thinks about it. So here Git tells us that it's on branch master. This is the default branch. You can change the default branch later on if you prefer, but usually people refer to the central branch in Git as master branch. It says there were no commits yet. Of course, we haven't committed anything. And it lists the untracked files. So these are the files that are in the directory, but Git doesn't really know about them, so it doesn't track them. It also helpfully tells us what to do. So in order to let Git know that we want it to track the file, it says we have to type in git add and the name of the file. And then here the list of the files that are untracked. In our case, it's only the README. So what we need to do is git add and type in the name of the file. Now it tells Git to start tracking the file. It doesn't actually store the file yet in the Git repository. And if you run the git status command again, we'll see now a slightly different message. Still, we see it's on the beginning is still the same, but this time, first of all, it's in green and not red. If you have a color terminal which has colors, but it also says that it's changes to be committed. So we moved the file from the regular workspace to what Git calls the staging area. So we still have the file here. So it didn't change the file, didn't move the file. Now just Git in the database recorded that there is a file, and there it's going to be added. It's going to be committed, stored in the Git repository. Git tells us that what we can do is we can remove that file, so we can unstage it if we added this file by mistake, or we can actually record the change, finalize the change by typing in git commit, and then with -m some commits message. So initial commit. It can be anything. It usually should describe what you did and why you did it. So when later on you'll visit the list of all the commits you made, list of all the changes you made, then it will be obvious from that view which change included what kind of actual changes. So now I enter this commit. This actually records that change, meaning the change was adding a file with that single line. If I type in git status, now it says that there's nothing to commit, the working directory is clean, the working tree is clean, the file is still here, nothing happened. And then we can go on with our life, and we can watch the next video if you want to see what else we can do with Git.